Yeah, so we initially thought that President Trump, or at least members of his administration, would be signing this deal in Switzerland, but we actually saw this happen in France, thanks to a video posted by French President Emmanuel Macron. Take a look.
This was not easy, I can tell you. If they don't honor that, we'll probably go back to bombing them until they honor it. You know, it's amazing what bombs can do.
President Trump signed the agreement at the Palace of Versailles. He was in France, of course, for the G7 summit. Let's go over what we know so far about the deal. The U.S., their allies, and Tehran agreed to immediately end all military operations, including in Lebanon. It also says Iran will reopen the Strait of Hormuz, including, quote, safe passage with no charge, end quote, for the next 60 days while negotiations continue. And finally, it asserts the regime shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons. The memorandum of understanding says the country's nuclear program will be discussed in the next 60 days as they try to hammer out the real deal, so to speak. It also waives sanctions on oil exports and gives Iran $300 billion in reconstruction funds. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle in the U.S. have called the deal into question. Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy had very strong words for this, and calling it, in part, quote, the worst foreign policy blunder in decades. Here's what Democratic leaders had to say.
When you look at the 14 points that the administration has agreed to, it looks like Iran has won on just about every one of them.
The Iranians will have more access to cash stored all around the world.
If you're wondering how Iran responded, well, they went ahead and had their president sign the agreement as well, too. Both sides will meet in Switzerland tomorrow to begin extended talks. It turns out it will be Vice President J.D. Vance who will be leading the charge for the U.S. in these negotiations. Of course, we're going to continue to get some updates on how this will all play out, who will be there in the room, and so forth, as more details are reported.